So, wow. I can imagine that's probably why they kept that quiet. If it's true, if there is more than one. So we were getting closer and closer to the release of Ghost of Yotei, and some new videos just dropped. One from PlayStation itself, there's another from MinnMax, and another from Gaming Bolt that we might check out depending on how interesting it is. So this first one though, just dropped today. It's called Ghost of Yotei, Journey Through the Edge of Japan. So this really digs into sort of the landscape where this game is taking place. I talked about how it's on the edge of Japan, even historically, in 1603 when this is set. This is just outside of where traditional Japanese rule are. There are a lot of indigenous Ainu who live in this area. So I'm very curious how they explore this in this video. So let's check it out. Rather than a full unedited reaction, I'll probably cut to just my thoughts, my big thoughts as we go through it. Really love the serene feeling of this. Reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima, where you just really felt at peace in the world. Wow, look at really the art style of the Ghost of Tsushima, and the Ghost games now more broadly are really what's really the focus. You know, I'm not expecting the most graphically impressive game. I don't need it to be The Last of Us Part 2 or even Red Dead Redemption 2, which still looks amazing now, years later. This is very nice though. The water isn't the most amazing water, though there is an element of, on the last one, it looked a little fake, but here you are seeing what you would sort of feel in real life in terms of those like puffs of water coming off the waterfall. Looks great. Again, this is just a world you want to be in. These Ghost games are worlds that you want to inhabit. That's why I platinumed the first game. Wow. I did see some conversation about this on Reddit in one of the first like top comments. I read them just to get a vibe of how people were reacting to it. I saw someone say, I'm afraid to be, I kind of wanted to experience this in the game. And I'm feeling that a little bit right now, but I'm sure I'll forget and it'll feel fresh when I'm not gonna see these areas from these angles. Surprised that it really is a mood video. It's just purely the environments and music. At least so far, no voiceover, no explaining it. It's just letting the environment speak for itself, which is just so on brand for the Ghost games. And like I was saying, how meditative they could feel. You know, you're going from one moment where you're using an incredibly deadly weapon to do an incredibly gory thing. Now you can actually have that setting, I forget the name of it, but the mode that makes it even bloodier and gorier. So you have those moments, and they're intermixed with these moments that are incredibly peaceful. You just want to be in this world and enjoy every part of it. The ice here looks incredible. I hope you can walk across this ice. Really feel that. And of course, I love the wind being back. I did read that they were changing the wind mechanic, where in the first game, if it would just run directionally toward wherever it needed to go. So if your endpoint, your destination was beyond a mountain, for example, the wind would run up the mountain, and I remember this, and you would then have to figure out, okay, how do I get past this obstacle? And apparently they're changing that in this one, where it will kind of weave around certain obstacles. So I don't know how I feel about that. I understand quality of life wise, it's probably better to guide people through around those obstacles, it makes it a bit easier. But I loved how real it felt to just have the wind take me to what seemed like a roadblock, and I have to figure my way around the roadblock. I really expected a lot of talking on this video, like them talking over and narrating, like, as we go through the mysterious woods, you could feel. They're just letting it play. That's incredible. I actually really like that choice. Doesn't make for the most incredible reaction content in a way, because I'm really just being zen right now. Wow, the rain dripping down here looks really good. I was just talking about the graphical fidelity not being the most impressive. It looks good. But here, really what I'm catching are the physics of the water is really what I'm noticing most on that waterfall, and then here as it's like dripping and cascading down the rocks. And again, you can see the physics flowing through the cloth, I guess, on these flagpoles. That looks incredibly realistic in a way that does feel different than other games that I've seen. I love the details of the roofing here. It's a very small thing, but wow, the purple leaves always blow my mind. I had a similar reaction to very different game than probably what a lot of people here have played, but Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, there is one zone that you go to that has purple flowers, purple trees, and it's just stunning. It just really captures your attention. Just having that in a game, it's just the colors in the Ghost games, and there's Mount Yōtei in the background. The colors in the Ghost game are really so incredible. Like the entire color palette of every environment is so breathtaking that it's hard to play it in Kurosawa mode. I can't bring myself to want to play it in Kurosawa mode because I just want to experience the game in full color because it is so beautiful. This is reminiscent of going into Castle Canada or Canada, I forgot how to pronounce it, from the first game. Now just imagine all kinds of enemies on the way up. Here it's very peaceful, but in the game, I want to be spilling blood. Wow. Just the contrast of the dark with the slight pops of the red leaves. It's not an intense contrast. It's very complimentary, but there's a YouTube channel called Every Frame a Painting. It would do videos about editing and cinematography in film, and that is what the Ghost games feel like. And that's what this video feels like. Like every frame a painting. A great channel. It hasn't been updated frequently in a while, but for some really great videos about film and how it's made, what makes editing really important, really good. Every frame a painting. Great YouTube channel. Again, a bit dormant right now, but worth a watch, even their old stuff. Wow, the way you can see the sunlight on the river here is really good. God, I feel so at peace. Mount Yōtei. Yeah, I mean, the devs talked about how captivating this image was for them. It really inspired the name. Because Tsushima is Tsushima Island, but Yōtei takes place in Hokkaido. And the name Yōtei is actually more modern, but the original meaning in the original Ainu language meant female mountain. And it talks about how it seemed like it looked over the people. Wow, that was 10 minutes. That is unbelievable that that was 10 minutes. Let's check out this video from MinnMax, where they did 125 rapid fire questions about Ghost of Yotei with Sucker Punch's Nate Fox. I really can't believe that last video was 10 minutes. I felt like it was only 5. That's a testament to how just soothing and incredible those environments are. So
how many Tsushimas is the map size in Yōtei?
The video game Yōtei map is about the size of the Tsushima video game map.
Is the world still gated by acts?
I'm
actually glad that it's not that big, right? A lot of games can have a lot of extra space than what's needed, and I feel like Tsushima was just the right amount of open world. In fact, I love how they gated it, where you had in the first act a certain portion of the island. In then Act 2, you had another portion unlock, and then the last act, the northernmost area of the island opened up, which was great because it kind of gave you, or it gave me, a feeling of like, okay, I could just take on this section, really immerse myself in it, take full advantage of it, and then I feel like I completed that area and then moved up to the next one in Act 2. So it felt less staggering. It felt like more manageable open world. So I'm happy to hear about that. I don't know if they'll sequence it the same way, but I'm happy about that.
Is Ghost of Yotei's critical path longer than Tsushima's?
Yes.
This was delayed into 2026. Did the entire studio just like pop some champagne?
We're all still hungover. Multi-month hangover. That was a great day.
So the boss order is set in the game, right?
Kind of a diamond shape, right? You meet one, you have a lot of freedom, and then you kind of come together for the major climax.
Are there
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I've been wondering because they've talked about, and I talked about it in the gameplay video that I haven't published yet, but I talked about the challenge that they have. They keep talking about wanting to give you freedom to do the story or to do certain things as you want. And they have specifically said it's about the beginning. You'll have a lot of options and optionality, but they do want to give you structure so you can have a set beginning, middle, and end.
But at the same time, we're never going to abandon that structure of story. You can't, it's very difficult to create a story with no structure. You're going to have a beginning, you're going to have a middle, you're going to have an ending. So while her journey is to hunt down the Yōtei 6, and for sure in the opening of the game, or in the very opening kind of experience of the game, there will be some choices about which path you want to go to get things going. But by no means are we going to try to say, oh, all 6, you can kind of do in any order with no story structure. We just value story so much.
So that actually makes sense, the diamond structure, because it seems like, okay, you can start with a particular main one of the Yōtei 6 that you want to, and then from there it splits out. And it's like, okay, now that you've made that choice, we're going to send you on this path where there's maybe some optionality, but then at the end, it's going to link you up to the ending of the story. So that kind of makes sense.
in Ghost of Yotei?
More than one character?
Wait, what? Is there only one playable character in Ghost of Yotei?
So, wow. I can imagine that's probably why they kept that quiet. If it's true, if there is more than one, because it would have made even more comparisons to Assassin's Creed Shadows.
The spider and the dragon, 2-in-1 boss fight? Very first haiku question?
I cannot tell you how that fight goes down, Ben dude, because there's joy. Discover? I was won over, sorry.
Admirable attempt, but good point by MinnMax. I do wonder if it's a fight with 2 at 1, because I don't remember any encounter in Ghost of Tsushima where you had 2 major bosses at the same time.
Never send an 8-ton infant to do a man's job. Let's finish this.
I'm very excited about that if true.
So there's a coin flicking mini game. What's that called?
Zeni Hajiki.
Is there like some bullshit final challenge that we're going to be beating our head against the wall trying to complete with that?
You are going to be playing Zeni Hajiki on a Friday night with quarters with your friends in a bar because you will enjoy the game so much you'll just start playing on your own.
So
right,
Jin's
butt
was all over Tsushima. Am I allowed to ask the question about Ghost of Yotei?
You heard it here first. Atsu will also be getting an onsen, and you will see her butt.
So the side quests in this game are cards.
Whoa.
Mish
I really didn't think they'd show anything. I feel it's a bit different when it's a man's body versus women's body. So wow, okay.
Is Atsu related to Jin?
No.
Has Atsu heard of Jin?
No.
So Jin isn't really a legend in the world? Which ending?
Okay, which people have assumed, right? I felt the same way, where I'm hoping that there is a legend of Jin that is spoken about in the world, or you can discover, or maybe there's lore written about it, or you can get one of his moves, or one of his weapons, or his weapon. I guess he doesn't really have more than one weapon, but I'm hoping there is some. I think that's a quiet confirmation that there is some reference to Jin somewhere in the game.
So one time you got a fan letter from a little kid who was saying that
If we stop making Sly Cooper games, we might lose business.
do you want to dunk on that child and tell him that he's wrong?
Hey, kid who missed us making more Sly Cooper games. I hope you enjoy Ghost of Yotei.
Hypothetically, if you had like an all-hands meeting at Sucker Punch tomorrow and you said, next game, it's a new Sly Cooper, what percentage of the studio would say, yeah?
10%?
What?
It's been a long
Wow.
time, Ben, since Sly Cooper's come out.
Is something up with that wolf?
There is something up with that wolf.
Is there a skill tree for the wolf? It's not on the menu. It certainly looked like it, right? Is the wolf directly controllable? Am I hitting a button to say attack now?
No,
Can the wolf attack you?
it would never.
Can you attack the wolf?
No.
Is the wolf technically always following you around? Like if I'm on the horse just hoofing it through some flowers and I look in the woods, can I see the wolf chasing me technically at all times?
No. I mean, the wolf is always there, but just out of sight.
So technically it's
The wolf, they've really seems like a metaphor for Atsu. They keep talking about it as it'll show up here and there, but it's very much independent, does its own thing, is a lone wolf, like Atsu is at the beginning of the story. So I think it'll just be around. I'm kind of happy about that it'll be something that comes in and out of the experience. It could tell you something of how people perceive Atsu, right? Coming in and out of their lives and their situations.
Are there any other animals in the game that are as important as the wolf is in this game?
Oh, yeah. You've got a horse. My favorite feature that no one will ever notice is that you can hit the jump button while riding the horse, and the horse will jump over things and get a bit of a speed boost. I love being
Ooh.
able to jump and air steer on the horse. It makes the horse feel so good.
So there's no reason-
Pro tip for when we play the game.
What is your lesson
Yeah.
from the Abandoned Prophecy project on PS4? What was your takeaway?
It's really important to have a bright fantasy that everybody on the team can understand and want to make together, because it's known and shared.
I do remember that video. I saw it years later, but it was a cool concept, but another dark game. I'm very happy with the more colorful world that we just saw from Ghost of Yotei. The third video I mentioned in the intro wasn't really worth the time, so skipping ahead to final thoughts. Very excited for Ghost of Yotei. I think they've done a really good job promoting this and giving us bits and pieces of different weapons and how to use them with different videos. The exploration video today was great. Really give you a sense of the peace and serenity that you feel as you explore Yōtei, very similarly to what we experienced in Tsushima. Love the fact that the video itself also embodied that without having voiceover and some developer talking over it. Just let it play out, let you immerse yourself in those places. 10 minutes zoomed by, it didn't even feel like 10 minutes. So really great. I'm excited about the potential for that snake boss that he mentioned, the two bosses at once. That would be really cool if that were possible. Kind of a crazy teaser about potentially another playable character, so we'll see. I'm very excited about Ghost of Yotei. We are very close, less than a month away. Review embargo drops September 25th, I think. So we're very close by hearing what people think about this game, and very soon getting our own hands on it. So very cool they dropped that today, and just want to share this with you all. There'll be more Ghost of Yotei content coming from me, as well as a stream on twitch.tv/subtext where we'll be playing the game when it comes out. Can't wait to see you there. Enjoy.